שוכן במרומים, המסמל נכונה על כנפי השכינה.
Delighted to introduce our very own Theresa Villiers M.P, Right Honourable Theresa Villiers, who, as many of you know, have been the MP in Chipping Barnet and the Woodside Park Community's MP since 2005. She has, as many of you know, held a number of ministry positions, and indeed is presently the Vice Chair of the Conservative Friends of Israel. But Theresa has been a true friend, not just to Woodside Park, but to the entire Jewish community. And we've seen her many occasions at Woodside Park, and that only is a reflection on how supportive and how dedicated she is to us and to the whole community. And for that we are extremely grateful. Theresa.
Thank you. Well, I feel honoured and humbled to have been invited to take part in this ceremony to dedicate this memorial today. And I feel deeply honoured to be on the same billing as the wonderful Mama Trubich. She is incredibly courageous in telling her story, incredibly resilient. And we are so lucky to have her to remind us of those horrific events. And I know that she has personally played such a huge role in ensuring that this current generation understands the sheer scale of the evil of what happened. And so I am deeply proud to be her Member of Parliament, and I think it's wonderful that she's going to be addressing us in just a few minutes. I also delighted to see Bert Nichols be remembered in our programme today. I counted him as a very good friend. He was a wonderful man, and it's lovely to see him remembered today. Now, I'm reading the story of some of the people, the victims that we're remembering this afternoon. People like Simon and Henrietta Son, Jenny and Maurice Nathan, and Max and Regina Haleberg. In reading the stories of them and other Holocaust victims, I'm always struck by the normality of their lives before the coming of the Nazis. These were people living stable, happy, and successful lives, doing ordinary middle-class jobs like running haberdashery shops and selling socks and gloves. In so many ways, they were just like all of us, with the same hopes and aspirations, the same anxieties and irritations, the same strengths and weaknesses. And yet they were subjected to this horror. No other episode in human history can match the Holocaust for the depth of evil that sought to harness the technology of the modern world to deliver mass murder on an industrial scale. The fact that this could have happened not in some distant medieval past in a faraway land, but in supposedly civilized 20th century Europe, is something I still find utterly incomprehensible, even decades after I first learned about what happened. That so many people stood by when their Jewish friends and neighbours were torn from their homes and subjected to appalling savagery is the most truly shocking part of what happened. And as we approach Holocaust Memorial Day, this is a time to remember the appalling depths of cruelty to which humanity can sink, and to pledge that we will stand together to make sure that nothing like that ever happens again. But events such as today's dedication ceremony also give us a chance to recall the heroism of people who did not look away when Jews were being attacked and rounded up. People who stepped up and saved lives even when this put their own safety and that of their family in danger. And I want to single out in this regard Albania, where they refused to comply with Nazi orders to turn over a list of Jewish people living in their country. Albanian government agencies provided many Jewish families with fake documents to enable them to hide in the wider population. The remarkable assistance afforded to the Jews was grounded in the Albanian code of honour known as Beza. Helping Jewish people in their time of trouble was considered a matter of national honour. Albanians not only protected their own Jewish citizens, but provided sanctuary to Jewish refugees from other countries. It was the only occupied country to have a larger Jewish population at the end of the war than at the start. And another example I want to leave you with and single out is Frank Foley. Witnesses recall Mr. Foley as an unassuming, slightly overweight person, nominally head of the UK Embassy's passport office in Berlin. He was, in fact, the United Kingdom's most senior spy in Germany in the 1930s. He is one of the very few people who've been publicly avowed as having worked for SIS, now known as MI6. And during his time in Berlin, Mr. Foley saved an estimated 10,000 people. He risked his life breaking Nazi laws and even entered concentration camps to present visas to camp authorities so that Jews could be released to travel, to escape, to find safety. He hid Jewish people in his home, and he used his skills as a spy to help them obtain false papers. He never sought recognition or praise for his acts of rescue. And like so many others, he made a massive difference. In conclusion, it's deeply disturbing and depressing that the scourge of anti-Semitism is still with us. It's mutated and taken on new forms, and it's been given a powerful new platform by digital media. So Holocaust commemorations like this one are an important occasion for us to stand together against racism in all its forms, as we remember the appalling extremes of evil to which it can lead. And today provides an opportunity for all of us to condemn anti-Semitism however it manifests itself, to make the firmest commitment to root it out wherever it emerges, and to say loud and clear that we will never ever tolerate this form of prejudice and hatred. Thank you for asking me to address you today.
על כנפי השכינה